Welcome. Look, if you're approaching Medicare age, or maybe you're already enrolled and just trying to make sense of all these upcoming changes for 2026, you already know the Medicare landscape can feel, well, a bit like reading a map in a totally foreign language. Today, we're cutting through the noise. We are completely demystifying the most critical piece of the puzzle, your prescription drug coverage. We're going to break down the complexities, look at some genuinely incredible updates coming in 2026, and give you a clear, actionable guide to protecting both your health and your wallet. So let's just get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this because this is absolutely the foundational question we hear all the time. When you first look at Original Medicare, right, you got Part A for your hospital stays and Part B for your medical insurance, like going to the doctor. But what happens when that doctor writes you a prescription and you head over to the pharmacy? That's where the confusion usually hits because Original Medicare Parts A and B, they actually do not cover most of your everyday outpatient prescription drugs. You need a completely separate mechanism for that. And that missing puzzle piece, well, that's exactly what brings us to Part D. So, in the absolute simplest, zero jargon terms possible, what is it? Medicare Part D is the part of Medicare that steps in to help pay for your prescription medications. But here's the really key distinction you've got to remember. Unlike Parts A and B, which are directly managed by the federal government, Part D plans are actually run by private insurance companies. Now, they are approved by and follow rules set by Medicare, but they are private. You can get this coverage either by joining a standalone Medicare drug plan that works alongside your original Medicare, or sometimes it's bundled right into a Medicare Advantage plan. Either way, this is the coverage that helps foot the bill for your daily meds. And hey, here's a great perk. It also covers a bunch of recommended shots and vaccines like shingles or RSV at absolutely zero cost to you. Now, it is totally optional, but a quick heads up here. If you don't get it when you're first eligible, you could actually face permanent late enrollment penalties down the road. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. Now we're moving into some truly fantastic news for the upcoming year. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive financial relief that is coming your way in 2026. This number right here, $2,100. That is arguably the single most important number you need to keep in mind regarding your prescriptions for the new year. Historically, Part D had some seriously complex phases, including that infamous coverage gap. You probably know it as the donut hole, where your out-of-pocket costs could just suddenly spike out of nowhere. But for 2026, the whole structure has been simplified in a way that directly protects your savings. Here is exactly what that $2,100 means for you. It's a hard yearly out-of-pocket cap. Literally, once you spend $2,100 out of your own pocket on covered Part D drugs in the calendar year of 2026, you're done. Finished. You pay absolutely nothing, zero copayments, zero coinsurance for your covered Part D prescription drugs for the entire rest of the year. Whether you hit that cap late in October or whether you hit it in February because you happen to take some highly expensive specialty medications, your financial exposure for covered drugs stops cold at $2,100. I mean, this is a massive game changer. It provides such incredible peace of mind just knowing your absolute worst-case scenario for covered pharmacy costs is strictly capped. So, with all this great news about the 2026 financial cap, you're probably thinking, okay, great, but how do I make sure I actually have the right plan to take advantage of this? Well, the rules of Medicare dictate that you can't just go and change your drug plan whenever the mood strikes, because insurance companies can change their pricing, their monthly premiums, and even their formularies, which, by the way, is just the industry term for the list of drugs they actually cover. They can change all of that every single year. So you need a specific time to react to those changes. And that brings us to the critical, highly time-sensitive window of opportunity where you actually hold all the power. Think of this timeline as your ultimate Medicare roadmap for the fall. Every single year between October 15th and December 7th, we enter what is called the Annual Enrollment Period, or AEP for short. During this very specific window, you have the right to evaluate your current coverage, join a brand new Part D plan, switch from one plan to another, or even drop your coverage altogether. December 7th is the absolute hard deadline to submit those requests. Whatever choice you make by that date is going to take effect bright and early on January 1st, 2026. Look, I really cannot stress this enough. Even if you absolutely love your current drug plan, you literally must review it during this window. Your plan's costs or the drugs they cover might totally change for 2026, and if you miss that December 7th deadline, you are generally locked into that plan for the entire next year. No takebacks, no do-overs. Now, I get it. Navigating these dates, wrapping your head around the $2,100 cap, and trying to compare dozens of different plans, it can feel incredibly overwhelming. Honestly, it's a lot. And that is exactly where we step in. Here at Stevens & Associates Insurance Agency, we really view our role as your trusted navigators. We know the ins and outs of this system backwards and forwards, and we're totally dedicated to helping you understand these complex options in a warm, empathetic, and just straightforward way. We believe in education over everything else. That means you are never, ever going to experience any high-pressure sales tactics with us. We're just here to empower you with the facts so you can make the absolute best possible decision for your health and, of course, your finances. And because we are so passionate about making sure our community actually understands all these changes, every single year during the annual enrollment period, we host weekly webinars. And these are completely free of charge to the public. Our only goal with these sessions is to help everyone find the exact right Part D plan for their specific needs. During the webinars, we provide pure, totally unbiased guidance on how to evaluate your own medications against the upcoming 2026 plan formularies. Now, I want to be extremely clear about our role here. We provide guidance on how to find the right plan, but we do not enroll Part D plans. We don't sell them, and we do not enroll you in them. Our webinars are purely educational tools built to teach you exactly how to find the coverage that's going to work best for you. Now, what's really interesting about all this is what happens after you find that plan. For those who choose to work with our agency as clients for their overall Medicare needs, we do a whole lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes. Like I said, while we don't enroll Part D plans, we do have an amazing suite of exclusive tools available for our clients to help them manage all those headaches that inevitably pop up with prescription coverage. Think about it. If your plan denies a drug, we actually step in and help you file appeals. We can assist you in setting up autopay directly with your company so you never accidentally miss a premium. If your doctor prescribes something that isn't on your plan's formulary, we help you request coverage for those non-covered medications. And perhaps most importantly, we use our exclusive tools to help you find alternative sources. We're talking things like manufacturer assistance programs or special pharmacy discounts that can significantly reduce your out-of-pocket medication costs. Basically, we handle the friction so you don't have to. So as we look toward 2026 and that truly fantastic new $2,100 out-of-pocket cap, the big question is this. Are you ready to confidently navigate your Medicare Part D choices? You really don't have to do this alone, and you certainly don't have to just guess and hope for the best. I want to personally invite you to attend one of our free weekly AEP webinars this fall. Come get the exact step-by-step guidance you need to find your perfect plan. Again, entirely free of charge and completely free of pressure. Thank you so much for joining me, and we really look forward to seeing you at a webinar soon.